Hi Libra, welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Libra, I am back on camera. I've decided that this is my format. It fits me better than just having the camera look at the cards. So I hope you enjoy that. Welcome to your love reading starting today on the 22nd of January. So that's very beautiful because 2-2 is all about the relationships. It's all about the connection and the conversations in relationships. So I've set the time frame to somewhere mid, guess we can go more almost towards the end of January, but I said the time frame between the mid-January to mid-February to see what's going on for you, Libra. I'm using this, no, it didn't want to come out. This most beautiful deck. I listed all the decks down below if you're interested. This one is Colette and Reid. You get actually 5 cards, and I usually start with 2. So let's see what this is about. Chaos and conflict was the first one that came through, and then building blocks. But then we have something completely different here. Poised, mending, round and round. So we're going to see, I love when that happens, is we have 52 and then 25. Like 5, 2, 2, 5. Like a mirroring effect. Something is unraveling. Something is coming to an end. It's coming to a close. I feel with that zebra there, or whatever we want to call it, because it's like the stripes underneath it is black and white, but like above it is like we have a completely different pattern. So that's the message within itself. Underneath it, something else is going on. Underneath it is actually a little bit more structured, but on the surface, like on the surface level, it's another pattern that is going on. So perhaps you're having something underneath that sort of doesn't fully match what you're showing on the outside. There might be like a more honest version of you on the inside than you portray out to the outer world. We're gonna go deeper into each and every one of these cards and see what is going on energetically for you. Number 33 there speaks about strong manifestation, like whatever so if this is your love life that you want to manifest right now, it's a done deal. 33, the master number 33, talks about how it's a done deal. 11 is the wish and want and the dream. 22 is like it's becoming, we're manifesting it. 33, it's here, like boom, it has landed, okay? And then we have building blocks. So there's something that you've been building for a while, and we have now reached a completion because we have the number 28 there. So 2 speaks about, I already said with the today's date, conversation, communication in relationships. And number 8, endless possibilities. Endless possibilities. The infinity sign. So above, so below, so in heaven, so on earth. And now I'm going to use this beautiful analogy because for Virgo, I received the word bamboo for no apparent reason, and I couldn't put it together with anything. It sort of just appeared in my mind like bamboo. And so I learned these days to just speak my mind when I'm being given something to say it, even though I don't understand what it means. And so I said the word bamboo, and it was a beautiful person there who made this comment explaining the bamboo, and maybe you know this, I had no idea, explaining the bamboo process. Like you put the seed down for like a bamboo seed, and you can actually water it every day for 5 years. 5 years without having any evidence of it. It doesn't show, like, and to most people that probably would be, oh, it didn't take, like it's not gonna grow, you know? And then after those 5 years, within 6 weeks, it just comes into full manifestation. And so I get this sense here that we've built something for a while. Maybe you've seen a lot of conflict and a lot of chaos and a lot of stuff like that you don't want, that's sort of completely opposite of what you do want. See that as this 5 year, or if that's even longer, or if this is 3 years, you know, it's just such a beautiful analogy that bamboo, once it's here, it's like it goes so fast from nothing to everything in 6 weeks. But at first glance, we're gonna think it's not here, but it actually takes 5 years for it to grow. So there's something with the building blocks here today with you've grown and grown and grown and grown. And I see this, she's actually pointing to the head like that. But like at first glance, it looked like she was like, where's my stuff? Where's the bamboo? You know? But we're finalizing it. We're coming to a completion here now. Endless possibilities with the infinity sign, and we add those up together. The 2 and 8 adds up to number 10. That is a completion. We completed a cycle. You completed an era, if you will, completed a paradigm, and you built what you needed to build. And that is not like you built your house or you built your relationship like on the physical plane, or you built yourself on a physical plane. This is on an energetic plane. So there's a lot of growth that has happened here. And in terms of your love life, we're going to see where this lands in terms of your love life, because it's like there's been a lot of growing, a lot of dismantling, like a lot of stripping away what doesn't serve you, stripping away what's not yours and not yours to carry, and that is not for your continuation either. Like it doesn't serve you to hang on to it anymore. And if that is in your love life, we're gonna see what that is about. Poised. Number 4, it's a heartfelt situation. It's a heart matter, and we're laying a new foundation, and we see that now. We're destructing the old and coming into the new. With the number 8 there again, infinity sign. So strong number 8. We're having 2 8s here on the table. Poised. This is like when you're starting to reach, like I see how you reach the stars. You're actually like pointing to the stars. First you were looking at it, like where is it? And now we're actually reaching the stars. This is where wish fulfillment is starting to happen. We're in the age of Aquarius now, which talks about wish fulfillment and freedom. And if we add those up, we have a number 12, which is structure and organization and planning. So this is more like you've already stepped into like starting to plan for your life in a different way than you've ever done before, because it's more, the stuff that you plan around is more to your liking. It's something you want to plan around, if that makes sense. So again, if this is a love life situation, if this is a love relationship, you'd like to plan around it. You can see a future now. You can see that this is something you want to engage in it. This can also be with the poised there. This can also be like you come into your star role, like you are the leading lady or the leading man of your own life. You're not some sort of standby watchers, like an extra in your own show anymore. You stepped into the leading light, if you will. And then we have this, because I feel like we're ending stuff and coming into the new. It's beautiful with this number 52, because we have 52 weeks in a year, and those 52 weeks are up now. And 5 there speaks about great opportunity for change, and number 2 there again, strong 2 here also. It's a 2 and 8 8 is coming out strongly. We have actually another 2 here on the table, so strong indication of relationships here. Adding those up, we have a number 7. It's a completion again. Completion. Like 7 is all about, it's time for you to start to enjoy everything that you have created. It's time for you to start to enjoy your cake, if you ever heard my cake story before. Let's see, this is 2 children. And I hear the word learning curve. Learning curve. And yeah, so there's been some sort of learning curve in terms of your inner child, in terms of your children. There's a couple of things coming out here with this one. So there's going to be probably something that means something to 100% for somebody and means completely nothing for somebody. So this is a very specific message coming out. The mending here, I just feel like for some of you, this is about mending with your inner child, like making amends with your inner child, heal the inner child. And this inner child doesn't necessarily have to be a child, if that makes sense. It can be healing of the wounded part of you, the the hurt part of you, the lost part of you. This is actually interesting. Libra, I'm going to share something very personal with you. I can share personal stuff every once in a while, but this feels very personal because it's so personal. Last night, coming into this day, I had a dream. And I'm not going to name names in case there's somebody watching that actually knows them or actually is them. So I'm just going to say that there was a specific person that came to me in my dream that said, you could have walked away. And I was like, I could not. And they said, well, you were codependent. I was like, I was not codependent. What are you talking about? That was not my choice. It was not, I just went full on, like, that was not my fault. Like, they were a person in my life and they had a certain behavior and they acted in a certain way. And I felt like I had nothing to do with it. And I was very upset about it. And I was very angry about it. And in real life, that has actually happened when I think about it, probably more times than the 2 times that I'm going to bring up, probably more times than I think about, that there's a little bit of codependency going on everywhere. If you're going along with somebody else's behavior, that's codependency. I'm probably going to get some, for the sake of it. Okay, so moving on. I just felt like that was not my fault. And no, it's not my fault, but it's my choosing to stay in it. I have the choice. I always have free will to walk away from something that doesn't serve me or doesn't fit me anymore. So first I was getting that. And she was like, you were codependent. Like, you could have done something. You could have walked away. I was like, you don't know what you're talking about. And then I get another person in the same dream and in around the same topic. And this person says to me, you know what? I don't blame you. I do not blame you for what went down there. And I just want to say you have my full, she said, I just want to say you have my full support. And this is a person, like, in real life, she would never say that to me, but maybe she would. Because as I see dreams as they come, I see you can either literally, like, if you have a dream about a certain person, so this might mean something, stay with me, guys, who do not resonate with it whatsoever. Because this is a little side note, but it's coming on very strongly and I'm very inspired to tell this story. So there's going to be meaningful to some of you guys. That if you dream about a certain person, you know exactly who they are. Look into their characteristics. If you were to describe this person, how would you describe them? And then be honest with yourself, because now I'm going to tell you this secret. You or perhaps already know this. The secret. I'm going to tell you how that can help you to then put those characteristics on yourself. Like, where do you feel that way that you described those characteristics about this person? So for instance, for this person, sorry for taking a little bit of time. I feel a little bit rushed. I don't have to. It's okay. So for this person that sort of came on to me a little bit, I would say that she's very fiery. She's very going her own way. She's very, in a way, very dominant and sort of doesn't really want to pay attention and doesn't really want to listen. If it doesn't fit her truth, it's not that interesting to her. And I mean, I'm just going to say that. So if I say, okay, so that's me, very fiery, very forward moving, very dominant. If it doesn't fit my truth, I don't really want to hear it. And in this particular topic, I can fully understand that. Even though it hurts to say, yeah, it didn't fit my truth. It didn't I don't want to hear anything about it. That is me in that situation. And then the other person coming, I would say that she's a little bit of a, I'm sorry to say this, she's a little bit of a wimp. She's a little bit of a wuss. She's not standing up for herself. She's not, she would be somebody that I would sort of stand up for. She would be somebody that I would come in and protect and not thinking that she could handle herself. Yeah, a little bit of a wuss. I don't like that energy. Her characteristics came in to say, I got you. I don't blame you. I don't you're fine. I forgive you. And when I woke up, I was like, what is this about? Like, the fiery part of me is like, you could have walked away and we're really upset. And the wimpy part of me is like, I forgive you. It's fine. And I would have sworn like that would have been the other way around. Like the fiery and the dominant, like that was the part that actually needed to come in and apologize. But I get it. It's the other version that needed to come in and to apologize. And it in a way healed, perhaps not my inner child, but it healed a lost part of me. It healed a very vulnerable part of me. The part of me that felt like I should have done better, I should have known better, I should have stood up for myself. You know, that part of me through my dream came in and said, you know, I forgive you. You couldn't, like, how could you have known? Like, you know, you did great and I'm here for you. And we even hugged it out. Like, and I'm still trying to think of, hey, would I hug her in real life? I don't know. But I don't have to think about that because I figured it out in my dream state instead. So there's something about it, like if there's a real character in your life, there's a way of looking at it. Like if they come into your dream state, take their characteristics and put them on yourself. Like that is another part of you. They're being represented as another part of you in your dream. And then if you dare, if you have the guts, do the same thing but reversed in real life. Whoever you're dealing with that maybe is a bit of like a little bit obnoxious or a little like they get under your skin, or they're freaking marvelous. Take their characteristics and understand that that is a part that's going on with you. You're just projecting it out into this world. Okay, so that was a little side note, but it was a strong side note. And there's something about you're healing a lost part of you right now. There's a learning curve here, and you're just sort of healing either the inner child or some sort of wounded or vulnerable part of yourself. That is going on as we speak. Whether you are clearing, and 2 days ago, I wouldn't have said that I even needed healing in that department around that situation. I thought that was a done deal. But when I woke up this morning, there was like a breathing out. And it was a little bit of a release happening, like, yeah, that actually was still with me somewhat. I actually wasn't completely over that. And for me to have that vulnerable part come to apologize and come to say, not apologize, sorry, come to forgive me. It's like, Freudian slip there. I still think that they should apologize. I hope you follow me on this. So there's something going on here where you're healing your inner child, or you're healing a lost part of you that needs a little love. It needs a little love. And that seems to just have like these two kids just sitting, talking away, like, okay, so yeah, maybe I didn't like you all that much. Well, I didn't like you either. Well, I sort of like you now. I sort of like you too. Good, we can move on then. Yeah, we can. Was it even an issue? I don't think so. So there's a completion here. We have a 52-week situation, and it's a completion, and it's time to enjoy whatever has come out of it. Okay, so here's what I'm getting. It's so interesting. There's a lot of flags here. There's a lot of flags. There, she's holding a lot of flags. And none of them is red. Or red, maybe you say. There's not one red flag there. Take that however that resonates. Round and round. Number 25. So there's the mirroring thing happening. 52, 25. Like 5-2, 5-2 moving into 2-5. So there's great opportunity for change in conversation and communication in relationships. And now we're starting with communication in relationships, and it's a great opportunity for change. Again, adding up to number 7, so it's time to enjoy what you have created for yourself. Round and round can speak about, like I get very highlighted in the third eye here today. I see the third eye being very highlighted, starting right in there. And I've seen this circle pattern lately, a lot coming out. So we have the circle starting in the third eye, and then we have this, like with the seashell, even this actual deck is having those very those shells. And whenever a shell comes out, it just for me speaks about listen to that intuition, put your ear to the ground, and really pay attention to what's going on. And round and round can be that you are two things coming out. So there's one thing about, okay, so you might feel like, oh man, like it's here again. Have we not moved past this? It's here again. Like, I don't want to deal with this anymore. And the other thing is that it's here again. It's here again to give you an opportunity to look at it from your different perspective. So it might sound like I'm saying the exact same thing here now, but it's like one way is like, no, it's not here again because you're completely different. You're completely different. So it might look like you're sort of attracting the same person or same vibe around a love situation. And it's like, but it's not. It's actually completely brand new because you're in such a new place. So it feels like it's going around and around and you never sort of drop it, but you have because you're in a completely different frequency. And the other story is it is here again because it wants to give you, and it can be a person that is here again. This person, it can just be with this, what I just talked about. There's something that needs a little bit of healing. So if this is a love interest and there's somebody from your past coming back, you might not, like you might at first glance like go, oh man, I just don't want to have anything to do with them. Like I thought I walked away from them. Why are they here again? Maybe you're starting to think about them and you really don't want to think about them. You feel like you've moved on. Then there's an opportunity there's an opportunity for you here to solve it, to heal it. Just take one final look at it, like because you're in such a different perspective now. You know how if you read a book sometime, or even if you're like you watched a movie or whatever, even this is the greatest thing, like when you lived somewhere and you grew up someplace and you go back and visit it like 10 or 15 or 20 or 30 years later, like to your childhood place, everything is so small. It's so small. The thing itself, it's not different, but you're in such a different perspective that it looks completely different to you. So there's an opportunity for a lot of healing here coming back from the past, or this is something that sort of don't judge yourself if it's here and it looks the same. It's not the same. You're so different, so you attracted something that looks the same, but it's completely different. Okay? It feels like I'm talking like in a lot of cryptic words today, so I hope that I'm making sense. Okay, so because we have a lot of cards here, I just want to ask, what can we clarify? What is needed to be clarified here for Libra, please? What can we clarify for Libra? So we have 5 cards on the table, and then we get 5 cards for clarification. So maybe they do want to clarify each and every. Okay, no particular order in terms of the other 5 ones, but there's a particular order here. So we're going to start with that. I want to follow that. Okay, thank you. We have a number 8 there again. So we have 888 on the table. That's really powerful. The 8 in itself is such a manifestational number. It's power, it's strength, it's so above, so below, so in heaven, so on earth. It's strong, bringing in exactly what you want. And I feel like we started here. It sort of is a little bit of a chaos and conflict. Like we're stripping away what doesn't work. We have a clarification here with it, helpless and hopeless. Feeling like you have a choice, because there's 2 choices here. So there could actually be 2 relationships here happening for you, that has happened for you. That was a little bit more in the past, I feel, and you didn't really know what route to take or what path to take or even what relationship to take. But that is gonna, like, we're gonna clear it up. You probably have already cleared it up because it feels a little bit more into the past. Just breathe, number 4. So we are in our heart, laying in a foundation. And I see this swirling again. I see this coming down here and going around like a vortex feeling, like a whirlwind that we're bringing in. So here I'm always seeing this divine. That was not what I was gonna say. I was gonna say I always see this inner being of yours. Like Just Breathe is about like meditating and connect in with that inner being. And yes, it can be that you're connecting in with your inner being because you need to do that all the time. But I see this as your divine counterpart today. There is a soulmate connection here happening. There is a divine counterpart, and you're starting to like, you see how the hands are meeting. We're meeting each other, but I think that this is more like in a dream state. Like I just had that healing thing happening for me last night. The same thing can happen when you just start to see your person. You start to meet your person in essence, in dream state. You can start to think about them. Like, is it them? It's almost like you're looking for, like you're in the store and you're almost looking for them. You go like, why am I looking for somebody that isn't here? Like that I don't even know. I don't even know who they are. But you do. They're in your essence. And the more, I feel like the more centered you get, the more meditation you get, and maybe perhaps not the more meditation, but when you actually sit down to take a moment to really connect with your inner being, to really have that connection, to really feel like, okay, I am sort of when you let go a little bit of your body and you're just connecting in with your inner being, so that you actually have that connection going. You're going to feel a stronger and stronger connection with this person. You're laying a new foundation with this person as we speak. If you've met them, you met them like yesterday. It's very new. It's very fresh. Yesterday can mean 2 months ago. It's very new. It's very fresh. It's a heart matter, and you're laying a new foundation. Mm. 19. It's my prince and princess of heaven. This is your person that you're calling in. It's very much yin yang is what I'm getting, and I also get like very much moon and sun. So there's like a mirror effect. There's an opposite going on here, and not opposites attract, because we don't. We attract the same, more what's the same to our own vibration. But I just feel this opening. This very much is like this, the poised, like we're opening up and we're manifesting exactly what we want. There's like a wish fulfillment here, but there's the feeling of like reaching out with the arms stretched out like that. It's the same vibe here, like you open up your heart here to receive this person. It's so beautiful. We have both new beginnings and endings in the same. And if we add these up, it's sort of the same, speaks again about it, because we have a number 10. So there's a completion here. There's some sort of cycle that has ended for you in terms of your love life. You're putting it into the past, and we're now moving into the new. And boy, are we. Or girl, are we. This is like the most beautiful fifth dimensional love. And by fifth dimension, I mean unconditional, respectful, coming from, it's not two half people trying to fill their own needs or fill their own void with another person or with money or with outside resources to make you feel whole. This is two individuals that is already whole on their own, by themselves, coming together, forming the most beautiful relationship. 14 for me is just the most awesome number. 14 has grown over some time here now between me and my guides, that I just been given this, like 12 is masculine and 13 is divine feminine, and 14 is just next level. 14 is a number in relationships that comes out around fifth dimensional relationships. It's a new foundation, like we have a brand new start there with number 1, and it's a new foundation there again, a heartfelt foundation. Adding those up, we have a number 5. So there's a great opportunity for change here for you. It's complete balance, yin yang. This is your person. You're coming together with your person. It's like a feeling of no separation going on here. And another 7. There's so many completions on this table, like new beginnings, endings, completion with the 10. New beginnings with 1, endings with 9. 10 is like completion, and 7 is also completion. On the 7th day, he rested. We're ending the week on a number 7. On Sundays, we rest. There's no more to be done here. And this is the crown chakra. So this is like a complete connection in with the universe. This is used like being in alignment with the universe, really drawing in exactly what you want right now. And it seems to be this love relationship. So I'm going to see what else I'm going to find around this love relationship for you in the extended. So if you feel like this is your reading, if you resonate with it, you're so welcome to come there. The link to that is in the description box down below. If not, just kidding. If not, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you back soon. Bye, guys.